So what you're seeing is a common problem when it comes to Muay Thai kicks, or in particular roundhouse kicks, where they're using them in Muay Thai or kickboxing or even MMA. But specifically in Muay Thai, this is not the proper form, but this is the form you often see. Generally, you see it from beginners. It's a matter of technique. They're still finding themselves. They're still trying to figure out the proper form and rotation and all the mechanical movements and technical aspects of the roundhouse kick. In the midst of all that, they haven't really figured out how to balance or get up on their toes. Beyond just the lack of knowledge in the overall execution or proper execution of the technique, the main issue is a load-related issue. It's a load capacity issue. This training might be new to them and they haven't overloaded their Achilles before. Not in this way and not repetitively. If you're doing regular Muay Thai training, you're throwing hundreds of kicks throughout the week. How strong is your Achilles? What is your current threshold when it comes to your abilities? And mainly the ability to throw a proper roundhouse by elevating up onto the ball of your feet and getting that proper rotation. That elevation is crucial to execute a proper roundhouse kick. You're driving force from the ground, you're elevating up, and you're pushing from the earth. And you need all that force and momentum. Another thing that might be a factor is a fear. It's a lack of balance. But again, that goes back to an inability to carry that load. So you don't feel balanced when you elevate, so you plant your foot. You glue it to the floor feeling safer about the rotation or swinging your leg, and you think it generates more power. It doesn't. True technical strikers in the art of Muay Thai really know how to elevate and get the proper rotation and whip on their kick. So again, what I'm saying in this video is what you are missing is strength in your Achilles. So what you're missing from your training is some accessory work. Some accessory work that will increase the load capacity of your Achilles. By increasing your Achilles capacity level, not only will you be able to throw stronger roundhouse kicks, but more roundhouse kicks before it starts to fail. You could be the most technical striker in the world, but as you start to get tired, your form starts to fall apart. So you want to be able to throw hundreds of kicks without your form falling apart. So in this video, I want to cover 3 ways that you could go about doing additional workouts that can strengthen your Achilles and strengthen your kick overall. So the first part is going to be isometrics. The second part is going to be slow resistance. And the third part is going to be explosive repetitive load. Starting with isometrics, the first thing is just standing on your toes. Get up high on your toes and just balance yourself and hold there as long as you can. You want to work up to being able to stand on your toes for at least 30 seconds, but the optimal time frame would be 45 seconds. It's okay if you need to balance yourself on something. Do it near a wall, do it near a heavy bag, it doesn't matter. Just don't hold on to it and use it for all of your balance. Next is going to be single leg heel raises. So same thing, you're going to get up on your toes, but you're going to do a single leg. If you want, you can make it more difficult by wrapping your foot behind your knee of the leg that you're balancing on. But you're basically balancing on one foot at a time, getting as high as you can onto your toes. Again, feel free to be near an object that you can balance yourself on. It's not a cheat of any kind. You're still getting the work you need in your Achilles. Another isometric Achilles exercise is going to be coming down into a squat position, basically like a hack squat. You're going to come all the way down, but you're going to have your heels elevated. But unlike a hack squat where you are your heels are kind of close to the ground, you're going to elevate your heels as high as you can. So basically, as you're down, fully seated, you push your heels up as high as you can. Get up on your toes as high as you can as you're in this seated position. Again, feel free to balance yourself. When you start, your time frame you're looking for is 30 to 45 seconds. This is a really good one. Again, be sure that you're pushing up as high as you can through your toes as you're sitting on your heels. An easier and very effective way to do isometric heel raises is to lay on your back like in a sit-up position. Don't pull your heels too close to your butt because you're making it easier. So just lay back, knees up, keep your feet standard distance away from your glutes. Same position you would do a standard sit-up. Then you just elevate your heels off the floor. Now, doing it without raising your hips is perfectly fine. You can elevate your heels off the floor. You're going to get some work that way. But if you really want to push it and really work your Achilles and strengthen them, then you need to elevate your hips. So you basically turn into a hip thruster movement. So come up onto your toes, elevating your heels, and then you're going to push your pelvis through the ceiling. Again, you want to work to hold this for 30 seconds and 45 seconds optimally. Next, let's talk about some slow resistance exercises or slow resistance movements. First, a simple one. You could be sitting on a bench, You could sit in a chair. It doesn't really matter. You just load the dumbbell onto your knee directly over your ankles, and then you just do very slow calf raises or heel elevations. Try to make your reps like 5-second intervals, like elevating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, like very slow. Again, this is slow resistance. As far as rep count, that's completely up to you. I do a minimum of 5 on each side, but generally I do 2 sets of 10 on each side. Work your way up to that. Other slow resistance exercises I covered in a Muay Thai strength and conditioning video. I'll put a link up here, but it's basically the hack squat, which you are doing squats. I hold a kettlebell out in front of me and you do squats on your toes, slow and controlled. 1 set of 10 should be sufficient. I'd also add in some kickstand squats with the kettlebell. Those are very good for this. Although your weight is sitting on the lead leg and you're working your quads and your glutes more, you do get some work in the back leg as you're balancing on your toes for that. This one I put into slow resistance, but it's actually like kind of like isometrics as well, but you are doing reps, so I'm going to put this under slow resistance. What you want to do is lean up towards a wall or wherever you can balance yourself. These are like standard calf raises, but here's what you have to do. You have to keep your knee bent. That shifts the focus down to your Achilles. So keeping your knee bent, this is one where I really do kind of put my foot on the back of my knee to keep my knee bent. And then you just do very slow calf raises, again, 5-second tempo up and down. These are very good for strengthening your Achilles. And lastly, what you want to be doing is some like explosive, repetitive movements, because a kick is not slow and you aren't balancing in a static position for long. Kicks are explosive. You're elevating up onto your toes, very explosive, very fast. And you come down and you got to go up again, depending on how many reps you're doing. So being able to increase your capacity level and explosive nature, that's very important. The first and easiest exercise is just jump rope. This is why so many strikers skip rope. And in Thailand, they go even heavier with like big 1 pound to 5 pound ropes, these big fat heavy ropes. Jumping rope is a huge, important, integral part of striking. Whether you're doing kickboxing, boxing, Muay Thai, even MMA, listen, jump ropes are in play. So make sure you make plenty of time to get your rope work in. This next exercise I discovered online, and it's a great exercise. I just kind of came across it when I was looking for ways to heal my Achilles tendon, some issues I was having. What you're going to do here is you're going to stand with the leg elevated, almost like you're going to do step-up lunges. But what's important is that your back leg does not stand directly below your hips. You want it to stand behind your hips a little bit. And then you're just going to bounce on that back leg. And you're going to feel that in your Achilles. Be explosive with your bouncing. And your rep count is whatever you want it to be, whatever you can do. If you want to do it as far as a time frame, sometimes I do that. I do it in 30-second intervals. Sometimes I do it in sets of 20. It's completely up to you. But again, you're just bouncing on that back leg. Sometimes I pick 2 spots and I bounce forward and backward. You can get creative with it, but this is a great exercise. From there, as your Achilles gets stronger, you can also do like step-ups. So basically you step up onto the bench, and as you drop, you explosively bounce that foot back up. So it's not the stepping up that you're focused on. That's going to work on your quad. It's stepping down and then bouncing your foot back up onto the bench. Once you get really good at just the body weight bouncing, then you can switch to holding some dumbbells. Again, being explosive with your bouncing, maybe bouncing in a couple spots. You can kind of get creative with it. And as far as load, I don't go too heavy. I think that the most I ever hold in my hands when I'm doing this is like 2 25-pound dumbbells. I don't see the point in really going any heavier than that. It's about being explosive. So guys, these are great exercises. You can do them all together. You can do a couple a day. You can mix it up. The question I often get is how many times a week? I mean, that's up to you. Where can you mix this into your training? Where can you blend this in before or after your training, your Muay Thai training sessions, or throw it into your strength training sessions or whatever? Maybe you don't do them all together. Maybe you do isometrics one day. Maybe you do the slow resistance another day. Just get the work in where you can. When it comes to how many times a week you should do anything, my standard is always minimum of 3 times a week. To see actual improvement, 4 or 5 times a week. But again, if you've seen my channel, if you look at my videos, I'm giving you so much information. How can you possibly squeeze all that in? I break it all up. I do all these different movements and different days and all that stuff. So I'm probably not getting 5 times a week. But when I have something like, if I feel that my Achilles needs work, it feels weak, I can't do the rep counts, I can't throw as many kicks as I'd like before it starts to fail, then I may ramp that up and focus on that more than I'm focused on maybe my hip stretches and all that stuff. So you got to look at what's going on with your striking, with your Muay Thai training, and decide what, sometimes some things got to be pushed to the forefront while other things take a back seat. And then when you get that strengthened back up, then it's a matter of maintenance, so the 3 times a week becomes very easy. So give these a try and let me know what you think. I hope these are helpful, and I hope you see the improvements that you were looking for in your Muay Thai roundhouse kick. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Please show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel, and we'll keep this thing going. I'll see you guys in the next video.